Before you watch this video, please subscribe to the channel. Welcome back to DaBoot Tragedies. I expect the Saints to have major changes to this team, coaching staff, maybe even a front office this summer. Coming off this season, absolutely awful season. Let's just put it there. Awful season, from injuries, from coaching, to play, to blown leads. Anything you want to name, we've had it this season. Now, I won't go into too much detail. I'll wait till the season's over because we have a long off season ahead of us. Season's going to be over in a couple days, so we're going to have a long off season ahead of us. Don't want to jump into everything right now, but I'll kind of go over some broad things, and let's start with the coaching. Obviously, Dennis Allen, big decision's going to have to be made with the head coach. I think it's not a 50-50 shot, but it's only going to be two guys that will be the head coach of the New Orleans Saints next year. 90%, I think that's going to be Dennis Allen. I think it's a 10% chance that Sean Payton may be the head coach. I don't know how that's going to play out, but I just have a feeling Dennis Allen will get another chance to be the head coach of the Saints. I'll really save my opinions in this video because, like I said, it's a long off season. I'm sure I'll have plenty of time, and I will get plenty of opinions and options and things off this summer and over the course of the off season. Now, Pete Carmichael, he's gone. He has to be gone. I just said I won't give my opinions, but on this one, I think he's out of here. Pete Carmichael at offensive coordinator, I just don't think it's no reason to bring him back. Even if Sean Payton comes back, just get rid of him. It's over with. We've seen enough from him his first year. He just can't come back to the Saints. That's the only one I'll say right now. Pete Carmichael, hey, man, it was nice knowing you. I don't care if Sean Payton's back and you're not calling plays. We just need to bring in a new offensive coordinator. Quarterback room, big decisions are going to have to be made in that quarterback room. Andy Dalton, obviously, he's a good backup quarterback if he has to start 1 or 2 games, but him playing 16, 17 games for you, that's just not the case. You just don't want that. Jameis Winston, I believe if Dennis Allen is back, then we all know that decision. We all know what's going to happen if Dennis Allen is the coach. If Sean Payton somehow the coach, some way, somehow, or a new coach, then the decision will have to be made in that quarterback room between Andy Dalton, Jameis Winston, bringing in a new guy through the draft, free agency, trade. However, quarterback room is definitely going to be shaken up next season, or has to be looked at to be shaken up next season. Running back room, we need to upgrade at running back 2. Have to bring in somebody. You cannot start the season next year with Mark Ingram as running back 2 behind Alvin Kamara. You can have to draft a guy, get a guy in free agency, and not a guy that we're going to have for a week, a guy that's 32, a guy that's played all of these games. You got to get a young guy, fresh guy, more of a power back in this draft, hopefully, or in free agency. Wide receiver room, I think MT will come back, just the contract and things like that. I know a lot of people are talking about, MT not coming back, traded this or that. I think MT will be back with Chris Olave, with Rashid Shaheed. That's a solid 3 receivers. Now you're going to have decisions to make with Hardy, I believe. I think he should have a chance to come back because him and Shaheed on the field at the same time on opposite sides with Olave and MT working underneath and stuff. That just would be great. They're going to have to make a decision on Jarvis, getting older, getting injury prone. You got Traquan Smith, Callaway. I would like to see some new faces in the wide receiver room, actually new faces that actually play as well. So we'll see what they do in the wide receiver room, but definitely going to have to make some choices. Tight end room, I think we can stay put. Maybe they can look to upgrade, but it's hard to upgrade that tight end position. Jawan Johnson's having a pretty good season. Troutman's serviceable as a tight end too, and Taysom kind of sprinkles in there as well. I think the tight end room will stay put. Offensive line, I think they'll have to make a decision on Andres Pete. Obviously, the injuries are adding up, piling up. Just gonna have to make it. He makes a lot of money, and he's rarely on the field for us. When he does, he's okay. He's a solid left guard for us. But the injuries and the money, it's adding up. We're gonna run into some cap situations in the off season. So I think a decision will be made on Andres Pete. Now, the defense, I think the defense is a little easier. We can start with the secondary. I think they just run it back with the secondary. Everybody that's there basically comes back next year. Hopefully, we just a little healthier. Alante will be better. Hopefully, Debo gets back to where he was his rookie season. But I think the defensive secondary, Marcus May, Tyron, they just need to be healthy. They'll be in the system. Well, maybe they'll be in the system. Who knows who's going to be the coach? Them two, on the Saints another year, I think the secondary is fine. Maybe we can look at a safety upgrade. I just don't think you can get any better than Tyron and Marcus May with the money we'll have available to us. So I think the secondary will run it back. Linebackers, same thing. Run it back. Zach Bond, Pete Warner, Caden Ellis, Demario Davis. Run it back with those 4 guys. Obviously, you're going to sprinkle in some guys for special teams and backups and things like that. But the main 4 guys, or the main 3 guys, really, the main 3 guys, running back with those guys. Let's see what happens. That's probably the best linebacking trio in the NFL. So running back with those guys, I don't think we're going to see changes there. But, excuse me, last but not least, that defensive line, I think this may be the most shaken up position group, for the Saints this all season. You're going to have big decisions to make. Big decisions. I think Cam Jordan, he's safe. I think. You just never know with this money, with this cap situation. He's getting older, but he's still playing at the elite level, so I think he'll be safe. Everybody else, I don't think anyone else on the defensive line is safe this summer. Davenport, not safe. Peyton Turner, not safe. Onyemata, not safe. Shy Tuttle, not safe. Kentavious Street, not safe. Granderson, not safe. Maybe we're just going to even lose him because he's actually played pretty well as of late. But I think no one is safe on the defensive line front. So it's going to be very, very interesting, man. We got a lot of people that are probably not safe this offseason. Maybe some big names that aren't safe, maybe not. We'll see when it gets down to it, man. It's just January. It's early. It's very, very early. It's way too early to be talking about this, but I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there right now. Like I said, it's going to be a long off season. We'll see what this last week entails. See if the team quits, on Dennis Allen or anything like that. All that's going to be, a factor in decision making. And Gail, she's going to have to make some decisions. I think Mickey Loomis will be fine. Obviously, he's put some talent on this team. But I'm putting the coaching hire that falls on the GM. It can't just be putting talent on the roster. That's part of your job, absolutely. Now, hiring a coach, that's your job as well. That's your job as well. The talent we have. So I'm not worried about that. The draft, we've killed. This past season, you getting Penning, you getting Olave, you getting Olante Taylor, you getting Rashid Shaheed. Just those four guys itself, that's a successful draft. I think Lucas Krull has a chance become a player in a couple years. You got Lewis Kidd, who played some valuable snaps this year, undrafted free agency as well. So the draft has been okay. The player, the talent, it's been okay. Obviously, we've been in some contract situations. We have to get that under control as well. You don't want to, be fighting and reducing and restructuring every summer. Eventually, you want to get that under control. Hopefully, the cap jumps up and that helps us. So, Mickey Loomis is doing a good job for the most part. But I'm putting this coaching hire on him. I know it was kind of a culture thing. They wanted to just continue what Sean Payton had going on. But at the end of the day, that hire comes down. That falls on you. But it's one more game. It's one more game in the season. Let's get through that game. Hopefully we can avoid any major injuries, man. And let's just see what happens. That last game, and we'll definitely have the all-season talk after that. But thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, this is DaBoot Tragedies, and I'm out.
So one last time, let's make them hear it. The greatest man